But why drives on that ship so fast, without or wave or wind? The air is cut away before and close from behind. Yeah, they wrote really weird back in the day. I don't even know what this is. Standard English poems. It doesn't feel standard to me. It feels weird English poems. What it really feels like around here. So, it is Friday. We've made it to the end of the first week of October. It's pretty darn exciting. We got lots of cool stuff still ahead next week. Whole new theme, whole new stuff going on. Hope everyone survived the zombie apocalypse quite all right. Got some skills, not any kind of apocalyptic matter. You now have the skills to do it, or any other real emergency that takes place either. But before we get started, I do have a couple of headlines. Let's do a couple of headlines real quick.
We interrupt our programming. This is a national emergency. Important details will follow.
The first one's really just because I want to look at it. Best grilled cheese ever requires one simple extra. Who cares? Let's just stare at it for a little while. Looks good, huh? Lunch. All right, enough of the grilled cheese. Moving on. 2, McDonald's brand new meal has fans running to the drive-thru. Technically, you're supposed to drive. It's called a drive-thru. You're supposed to drive to the drive-thru. So if you run, then you forget your car. I know. It's just, just saying. Technically, you're not supposed to walk or run or ride your bike through the drive-thru. Technically, you're not supposed to. All right, moving on. Here we go to Clay. Call from the one and only. How's this thing work again? I always forget. Hello, 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 hello. Oh, it's this way, yes. Oh, hey, hey, oh, jeez. Yeah, Beelzebub, how's it going, buddy? It's real. It's cool down in the underworld. I always thought it'd be really hot. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, 120 degrees. That's a cool day. I gotcha. Not for me. No. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So what? Yeah. You've been good. It's been a good year so far. Yeah. Lots of hauntings to go. Yes, lots of bad people to deal with. Is that what you do? I don't really get it. I don't get the whole thing. Yeah. No. Okay. Got it. Yep. I got it. I will do that. I mean, I'll think about that. But I mean, I'll try. Yes. Yeah. No. I'm good. Nope. I don't need. Nothing like that. No body parts. I'm good. Yep. No care packages and body parts. I'm good. Yeah. Thank you very much. I know I'm turning 50 soon, but you don't have to send me anything, please. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Nothing, Beelzebub. Nothing. Okay. All right. Yes. Oh yeah, I can do that for you. Yeah. Just give me a call, next week or something like that, and we'll work that out. Yeah. I think I have a couple assistants around here. I can help fetch you some coffee somehow or another. You send a demon our way, we'll send someone yours. All right. Yeah. All right, Beelzebub. Always good to hear from everybody. All right. Take care. Bye. Okay. That's Beelzebub. Yeah, I don't know why he calls me. Yeah. What? So I get a call from Beelzebub, and now you're going to start talking to me? No. That's not how it works, dude. Moving right along. Next up, we have... Yes, we have things on the list, and I'm going to read them. That's how it works. You know what? When Beelzebub calls back, I'm going to ask him that you do not need to look over my shoulder as I'm reading stuff. Weirdo. All right. Clayton is going to talk to us about scary characters. I think from the Marvel world, because that's what he was doing before. So it's like scary Marvel characters. I don't know. I mean, isn't every bad guy supposed to be a scary Marvel character? Yeah. You know what? On that note, I wonder if there's gargoyles in any of the Marvel movies. Gargoyles, I mean, honestly, just between you and me, my favorite character. Dragons, overrated. Gargoyles, wildly underappreciated, just saying. So let's see what Clayton's got for Marvel characters, and if there's any gargoyles in there.
Hey guys, it's me again here to talk about Marvel characters. So, we have been talking about the top 50 Marvel characters, heroes and villains, but we're going to switch it up a little bit for the month of October. I'm going to ditch that list, and we're going to talk about some supernatural characters. So I picked 5 characters to talk about for the month of October, and the first character we're going to talk about is Werewolf by Night. Oh! Hairball. All right. So, Werewolf by Night, also known as Jack Russell, not the dog. I know that's kind of a joke, though, that they did. Jack Russell Terrier's a werewolf, you know? Okay. He is one of Marvel's most prominent supernatural characters. Okay. So we're going to tell you a little bit about him. Jack Russell, born Jacob Russoff, comes from a long lineage cursed with lycanthropy, which means he's a werewolf, okay? So the ability to transform into a werewolf. The curse originated centuries ago, you know, when an ancestor, Grigory Russoff, you know, was afflicted by a werewolf bite. We know how those bites always end up never good. You know, rabies, got to put some iodine and stuff like that. Ugh, horrible, okay? So the curse remained dormant for generations until it reawakened in Jack. Okay, Jack Russell, like I said, not the dog, but the werewolf, okay? When he turned 18. Upon reaching this age, Jack began transforming into a werewolf during full moons, losing control and becoming a ferocious beast. So really, he will always transform when there's a full moon or in extremely stressful situations. Okay, so in his wolf form, he loses some of his human intelligence and becomes more animalistic, driven by primal instincts. However, over time, Jack learned to control his transformation better, retaining more of his human mind during the change. So, you know, he fought his inner demons and, you know, that animalistic behavior, and he started to keep some of humanity. Kind of like a Smart Hulk he did in the Avengers movies, which we'll get on that another day. I'm very upset about that, but we'll talk about that a different day. Sorry, sidetracked, okay? So his powers and abilities are, as the Werewolf by Night, Jack Russell possesses superhuman strength, agility, speed, and enhanced senses. He has razor-sharp claws and fangs, making him a deadly combatant. His lycanthropy also grants him accelerated healing, allowing him to recover quickly from injuries. In werewolf form, Jack is nearly unstoppable, especially in close combat, but his primal nature can make him dangerous even to his allies. So even when he's in werewolf form, even though he has a lot of his human intelligence and stuff back, as he battles, that rage builds up, and you know he kind of loses control. So it's also dangerous for his allies. Okay. Jack Russell's story is heavily tied to the supernatural side of the Marvel Universe. His adventures often involve battling dark forces, other supernatural beings, and creatures like vampires and demons. He has crossed paths with several notable Marvel characters, including Moon Knight, Morbius, and Doctor Strange. Jack struggles with his curse, and the constant danger it brings to those around him are central themes in his character arc. Okay, so he's really involved in like the supernatural stuff that happens, a lot of the witches, vampires, things like that part of the Marvel Universe, okay? So, Werewolf by Night's narrative explores themes of identity, control, and the battle between human and beast. Jack's journey often revolves around his efforts to control his curse and protect others from his dangerous transformations. His story, okay, this is the Marvel characters, remember we talked about this, is always a story or a metaphor for the struggle between one's darker instincts and the desire to remain human, okay? Jack is a tragic hero, constantly seeking redemption and peace while navigating the monstrous aspects of his existence. So, Werewolf by Night, he's actually a really cool character. If you want to learn more about Werewolf by Night, Disney Plus has a 1-hour special called Werewolf by Night that came out a couple years ago. It's actually kind of a really cool little story. It also talks about 2 other characters that we're going to talk about in here are also in that show. So if you want to learn more, I highly recommend you go to Disney Plus. I'm not getting paid to say that. And watch Werewolf by Night. They have a black and white version and a color version. The black and white one's kind of cool though, because it's kind of eerie. All right, guys. So that is our first character of this week is Werewolf by Night. Look him up, and I highly recommend watch the show.
See, He goes for the werewolf by night. See, just another thing. It's like werewolves, really? Gargoyles, at least. Gargoyles, I think, you know what? I'm much more on your page now. I think gargoyles are way more, even all this the Dracula and werewolves, blah, blah, blah. We've heard all that before. It's like, it's time for the gargoyle time. It's time. There was that cartoon that Disney did. That was pretty good. Yeah, back in like, it was, I think the early 90s, late 89. You don't know? You didn't watch? No? Didn't watch? Okay. All right. Next up, it is question of the day.
If you had to bring only one thing to a haunted house, what would you bring?
A flashlight.
How about you, Chris? What would you bring?
I would bring candle.
If you had to go to a haunted house and you could only bring one thing, what would you bring?
A video recorder.
Alright, Miguel, what would you bring?
Cyanide.
Have to spend the night in a haunted house and you can only bring one thing. It's quite simple, actually. I would bring a never dying, everlasting, super bright flashlight. I mean, if you can bring anything, why not? I mean, it's always the darkness that gets people. It's always the darkness. And then when there's just a little flash of light, then you get scared. But in a haunted house, if you just have light, it seems like things that go bump in the night don't like to go bump in the bright light. So I'm just saying, bright light, everlasting, never gonna go out, not gonna drop it, not gonna break it. I mean, that's also kind of the ridiculous thing. I always hate the part where they always drop the flashlight or it just happens to go dead at the time. It's like, I don't know. It's like tripping. They always trip when they're being chased. I don't understand that one either. I don't understand. All right, but this one we're going to understand. It's the ASL phrase of the day right here.
ASL word of the day is spooky. So you put it right here, and then put it like this, and you just, and then get normal. It's spooky season.
Spooky. Yeah, I think it might be being messed with a little bit here, but spooky. Mystery. Jazz hands. Moving on to, did you know this? Did you know this? You may have. You've probably been around for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour. What? Wow, that's a long time. He's really, really old.
Did you know there's such thing as doppelgangers? So it's people that look the same. Cultures believe seeing your doppelganger is a moment of death or disaster. Spooky, isn't it?
Doppelganger. Yeah, actually, I weirdly was sitting in junior high, probably the 8th grade. I'm guessing about the 8th grade, thinking about the class that I was in. Must have been the 8th grade. And one of my friends came running up to me in class with this magazine. Look, it's your doppelganger, it's your doppelganger. I thought that they were ridiculous because I didn't believe that that was a real word. I was not the sharpest individual at the time. I really did struggle in school. And I felt like that was just I know all words are made up, thank you, Thor, but I just thought that was just not right. Doppelganger, I couldn't understand what the heck, and back in then would have been, I'm guessing that's about 87 or so. And the gentleman, just quite fairly, did look similar to me. We had similar hairstyles and facial features, and he was in a magazine, I was not. But I could not wrap my head around the doppelganger thing. And I was not smart enough to actually look that up in the dictionary, which I should have, and I believed him. But I did believe in the part where there is oftentimes people that look just like you.
You have 2 doppelgangers.
I have 2, apparently 2. Oh, Stephen and Clayton, yeah, my triplets. Yeah, we're triplets, yeah. Doppelganger. So, yeah, it's weird, but aside from being actual twins, there are people that have absolutely no relationship, but they look very, very identical. It's pretty crazy. In fact, a lot of doppelgangers are hiding in plain sight. Stunt doubles in movies. Yeah. A lot of times they're very, very close. Sometimes they're not very close, and you're like, really? That's your stunt double? You don't look anything alike. But then there's some that's like, whoa, that's kind of creepy. So, yeah, real thing, kind of cool. Maybe you found yours, maybe you haven't. But that's it. Do you have a doppelganger? Actually, you probably have a lot of doppelgangers. Honestly, you guys look a lot the same. Yeah, you go around to the old churches and stuff, your buddies, your friends, a lot the same. He's probably going to bite me later for that one.
Hey everyone, and I hope all of you had a great zombie apocalypse week. And for this week, I have something special I would like to share. I would like to explain the origin stories of the modern day zombies. Now, some of you are probably thinking it all started with George A. Romero. Yes, he did create the modern day zombie, but he didn't just do it instantly. It was like, oh, I'm going to create modern day zombies. Oh no, it didn't start off like that. The creation of the modern day zombie actually all started with an author named Richard Matheson. Now all of you are probably wondering, what does Richard Matheson have anything to do with modern day zombies? Well, it was actually the author's 1954 sci-fi horror novel, I Am Legend. Now, for those of you who don't know what I Am Legend is, here's a short spoiler-free recap of the novel. The novel is about the last man on Earth trying to survive as long as possible on a post-apocalyptic world infested by vampires. Now, the novel was the first step that led to the modern-day zombies. The next step to the creation happened 10 years later, in 1964, when the novel got its first film adaptation, The Last Man on Earth, starring the Crown Prince of Horror himself, Vincent Price. So, what do you get when you take some ideas from the 1954 novel, the 1964 film adaptation, along with some creative ideas from the father of all zombies himself? Well, then you get George A. Romero's 1968 film, Night of the Living Dead, the movie that gave birth to modern-day zombies. So, now if you all don't know where modern zombies came from, now you do.
All right, guys, it is Friday. Have a great Friday. Have a great weekend getting kicked off here in the holiday season. Hopefully you've got some decorations up. You're starting to plan for if you're into that kind of thing, starting to plan for what you're going to wear for Halloween, what you're going to do. We're going to have a party here. It's going to be awesome. Don't forget to check out that podcast, The Creepy Tales of Hollow Hills. Otherwise, have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you Monday on The Morning Routine. Take care.